Hi everybody. Today I wanted to talk about fear, my fear. At the beginning of the year, I made a commitment to myself that I would take advantage of every opportunity that came along to do things that scared me. This is one of them. Public speaking is one of my biggest fears. But I told myself I would stop saying no to things because I was scared and instead say yes because I was scared. So I realized fear was always going to be there. But the only way for me to grow was to say yes in spite of my fear. For years after my abuse, I was afraid to be seen. I had no confidence, no self-esteem. I was so self-conscious. I also didn't believe I had anything of value to offer. So I try to think back to figure out at what point that changed, because as a little girl, I was the exact opposite. I was the little girl singing and dancing in front of the whole school. I was the first one to raise my hand and volunteer to present in front of the class. And so I realized that the moment I began to shift was when I began to be shamed for being who I was. And I know not everybody experiences abuse, but I think many people can remember a time when they were told maybe they weren't good enough, or they looked funny, or they shouldn't even be trying this thing for whatever reason. That's the moment when we begin to crawl back into our shell. That's the moment when we begin to make ourselves small. That's the moment when we stop taking chances. For me, it started when I was told over and over for years that I was ugly, that I was worthless, that I wasn't good enough. So my only way to protect myself was to not allow anybody to see me, was to stay quiet, was to walk with my head down, was to attract as little attention as possible. What I think is important for us to realize is that we are not who others say we are. We are not what others think we are. Every time somebody puts us down or shames us, has nothing to do with us and always has to do with how they feel about themselves. Believe me, it took a long time for me to learn that. And because of that, I spent years, many years, hiding, not speaking up, staying small. Part of my healing process was to tap into that little girl who believed in herself before she was shamed. The little girl who was so naive that didn't even know other people could not love her, because she was love. So today I want to invite you to tap into the part of yourself that is love. Look at yourself from a place of non-judgment, because I believe when you stop judging yourself, you begin to let go of what others may think of you. What others think of you is none of your business anyway. You get to determine who you are. Remember, the most important relationship is the relationship you have with yourself. I'd also like to invite you to my teleclass on April 23rd, where I will be talking more about this, about letting go of fears that were caused by shame. I have posted the link at the top of this video. Again, it's April 23rd at 10 a.m. Pacific time. I'll be talking about releasing that shame, but also things you can do to begin your journey to freedom. Ways to start releasing the heaviness that you may feel or that you've been carrying for years. Please register, or if you know anybody who may benefit from this call, please share it with them. I will be around more often because, again, this is one of my biggest fears, but I made a commitment to myself that I was going to do whatever it took to conquer those fears. So until next time, thank you for watching.